The year 1945. World War II had ended. Europe lay in ruins, scarred by conflict. Few nations bore the weight of this devastation as heavily as Germany. Cities were reduced to rubble. The economy lay in shambles. Millions were displaced, their lives shattered. Amidst this despair, hope flickered. The German spirit, known for its resilience and discipline, yearned for a way back from the abyss. The road ahead was daunting. Rebuilding seemed an insurmountable task. Yet from the ashes of war, a remarkable story of recovery began to unfold. The world watched with a mix of skepticism and anticipation. Could Germany, once a formidable power, rise again? The answer lay not in military might, but in the collective will of a nation determined to rebuild. This is the story of that transformation. A story of how Germany, in just a few decades, went from ruins to riches, becoming an economic powerhouse and a beacon of stability in a rapidly changing world. Germany's post-war resurgence is often called an economic miracle, but it was not a miracle in the literal sense. It was the result of a complex interplay of factors. Prudent economic policies, a skilled workforce, and a culture of innovation all played crucial roles. The Marshall Plan, a massive aid program from the United States, provided much-needed capital for Reconstruction. But it was the German people themselves who were the true architects of their recovery. They embraced hard work, innovation, and a commitment to quality. New industries emerged. Old ones were modernized. Germany's export-driven economy began to take shape. Social and political tensions arose as Germany grappled with the legacies of its past and the demands of a rapidly changing world. Yet, through it all, the German spirit of resilience endured, guiding the nation toward a brighter future. We will explore the key factors that drove Germany's economic miracle, from the rubble of war to its current status as a global economic powerhouse. The end of World War II found Germany in ruins. Its cities, once vibrant centers of industry and culture, were reduced to rubble. Cologne, Dresden, Hamburg, names synonymous with German history and heritage, lay shattered. The once mighty industrial heartland of the Ruhr Valley was paralyzed, its factories silent, its mines crippled. The human cost of the war was even more staggering. Millions lay dead, victims of the Nazi regime's relentless aggression. Hunger stalked the streets, and despair cast a long shadow over the shattered nation. Yet, even amidst this desolation, the indomitable spirit of the German people began to stir. With grim determination, they started to clear the rubble, brick by brick, stone by stone. From the ashes of war, a new Germany would rise, forged in the crucible of adversity. As Germany grappled with the enormity of its destruction, help arrived from an unexpected source, the United States. The Marshall Plan, a visionary program of economic aid, offered a lifeline to war-torn Europe. For Germany, the Marshall Plan was a godsend. It provided billions of dollars in aid, which funded the reconstruction of infrastructure, factories, and housing. The influx of capital breathed new life into the moribund German economy, providing much-needed jobs and resources. Another crucial step towards economic recovery was the currency reform of 1948. The old Reichsmark, rendered worthless by wartime inflation, was replaced by the Deutsche Mark. This bold move, implemented by the Allied powers, stabilized the economy and laid the foundation for future growth. The currency reform, though initially met with resistance, proved to be a turning point. It restored confidence in the German economy and paved the way for the economic miracle that was to come. Amidst the challenges of Reconstruction, a new political order began to take shape in Germany. The country, divided by the victorious Allied powers, saw the emergence of two states, the Federal Republic of Germany, known as West Germany, and the German Democratic Republic, known as East Germany. In West Germany, the foundations for a new nation were laid. The Basic Law, West Germany's constitution, enshrined fundamental rights and freedoms, guaranteeing equality before the law, freedom of speech, and freedom of religion. The government was committed to rebuilding Germany as a peaceful and prosperous nation. The birth of the Federal Republic marked a new chapter in German history. It was a decisive break from the dark days of Nazism and a commitment to a future based on democracy, freedom, and the rule of law. Germany, once a pariah nation, was poised to reclaim its place on the world stage. As the 1950s dawned, a sense of cautious optimism began to take hold in West Germany. The immediate post-war crisis had passed, and the foundations for a new society were being laid. The answer, it turned out, lay in a unique economic model known as the social market economy. The social market economy aimed to create a system where individual initiative and entrepreneurship could flourish, while also ensuring social justice and a safety net for those in need. At its core, the social market economy rested on three pillars: free market competition, a stable currency, and a robust social safety net. The government's role was to create the conditions for economic growth, while also providing a safety net for those who fell through the cracks. It was a delicate balancing act, but one that proved remarkably successful. It was a system designed to benefit everyone, not just the wealthy elite. No figure played a more pivotal role in shaping West Germany's economic destiny than Ludwig Erhard. Often dubbed the father of the German economic miracle, Erhard was a staunch believer in the power of free markets and individual initiative. The vision was clear: to unleash the entrepreneurial spirit of the German people, unshackling them from the constraints of wartime rationing and economic controls. In 1948, Erhard made a bold move that would have a profound impact on Germany's economic future. He abolished price controls on a wide range of goods, defying the skepticism of many, including the Allied occupation authorities. Almost overnight, shops filled with goods that had been scarce for years. The black market, which had flourished under rationing, collapsed. Most importantly, the German people, sensing a new era of opportunity, responded with a surge of entrepreneurial energy. Ludwig Erhard's vision and policies not only transformed the German economy, but also laid the groundwork for what would become known as the German economic miracle. As the German economy roared back to life, several key industries emerged as engines of growth. The automotive sector, led by companies like Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz, and BMW, became a symbol of German engineering prowess and export success. The chemical industry, with giants like BASF and Bayer, also played a crucial role in the economic miracle. German chemical companies, known for their innovation and quality, found eager markets for their products around the world. Another sector that flourished was consumer goods. Companies like Siemens and Bosch produced a wide range of appliances, electronics, and other products that met the growing demands of a burgeoning middle class, both in Germany and abroad. The success of these industries was no accident. It was the result of a combination of factors, including a highly skilled workforce, a culture of innovation, and a government that was committed to creating a favorable business environment. The German economic miracle, while fueled by German ingenuity and hard work, also relied on a crucial influx of labor from abroad. With unemployment at record lows and demand for workers exceeding supply, Germany turned to its neighbors, inviting guest workers to fill the gap. Starting in the late 1950s, hundreds of thousands, then millions of workers from Italy, Turkey, Greece, and other countries arrived in Germany, seeking better opportunities and contributing their skills to the booming economy. They filled factories, construction sites, and other industries, providing the manpower needed to sustain the economic miracle. The guest worker program was a testament to Germany's pragmatic approach to economic growth. Recognizing the need for labor, the government actively recruited workers from abroad, offering them contracts and social benefits. This influx of workers not only boosted the economy, but also brought about significant social and cultural changes to German society. However, the program also presented challenges, highlighting the complexities of managing migration and diversity in a rapidly changing society. While West Germany experienced an economic boom, its eastern counterpart languished under communist rule. The stark contrast in living standards between the two Germanys led to a mass exodus of East Germans to the west, draining the east of its skilled workforce and fueling tensions between the two sides. In a desperate attempt to stem the flow of refugees, the East German government erected the Berlin Wall in 1961. This infamous barrier, made of concrete and barbed wire, cut through the heart of Berlin, physically and ideologically dividing the city and the nation. The construction of the Berlin Wall had far-reaching consequences. it became a potent symbol of the Cold War, a physical manifestation of the ideological divide between East and West. For families and friends separated by the wall, it represented a painful reminder of their divided nation. Economically, the wall had a mixed impact on West Germany, serving as a constant reminder of the political and military tensions that continued to simmer in the heart of Europe. The 1960s were a time of profound social and cultural change in West Germany. The economic miracle brought prosperity, but also new challenges and social divisions. A younger generation began to question the status quo. The student movement demanded greater social justice. They protested against authoritarianism, the Vietnam War, and consumerism. These protests reflected a desire for greater political participation. The 1970s began with a rude awakening for the global economy. The 1973 oil crisis, sparked by an embargo by Arab oil-producing nations, sent shockwaves through the industrialized world. Germany, heavily reliant on imported oil for its industries and transportation, felt the impact acutely. Fuel prices skyrocketed, leading to inflation and economic uncertainty. The post-war boom, which had seemed unstoppable just a few years earlier, came to a grinding halt. Yet despite the severity of the crisis, Germany proved its resilience. The government, under the leadership of Chancellor Helmut Schmidt, responded with a mix of austerity measures and investments in energy efficiency. The oil crisis, while a painful experience, forced Germany to confront its dependence on foreign energy sources and spurred a wave of innovation. The rise of environmentalism. The 1970s saw the emergence of a powerful new social movement, environmentalism. The Green Party, founded in 1980, channeled these concerns into a political force. They advocated for renewable energy, sustainable development, and environmental protection. Their message resonated with young people, concerned about the planet's future. Environmentalism pushed issues to the forefront of the national debate. Dreams reunification, Germany's transformation. As the 1980s drew to a close, a momentous event unfolded that would reshape the political landscape of Europe, the fall of the Berlin Wall. After nearly 3 decades of division, Germany was once again reunited. The reunification process was not without its challenges. The economic disparities between East and West Germany were stark, and integrating the two economies proved to be a Herculean task. The German government invested heavily in rebuilding the former East Germany, modernizing its infrastructure and supporting its industries. While progress was made, the process was slow and often fraught with difficulties. Despite the challenges, German reunification was a triumph of hope over division, a testament to the enduring human spirit. It marked the beginning of a new chapter in German history, one in which the country, finally whole again, could play a leading role in shaping a new Europe. The dawn of the 21st century found Germany at a crossroads, reunified and firmly established as the leading economic power in Europe. The fall of the Berlin Wall ushered in an era of unprecedented change. Germany, with its strong industrial base, was well positioned to take advantage. German companies embraced globalization, expanding operations overseas. However, globalization also brought challenges. Competition intensified as emerging economies entered the global marketplace. German companies had to adapt quickly, focusing on innovation. The German government implemented policies to support innovation and education. The goal was to ensure Germany remained competitive while maintaining social justice. In 1999, Germany adopted the euro, joining a monetary union with other European nations. The euro, seen as a symbol of European integration and a potential rival to the US dollar, was hailed as a historic achievement. For Germany, the euro offered both opportunities and challenges. It simplified trade and investment within the eurozone, but meant surrendering control over monetary policy to the European Central Bank. The global financial crisis of 2008 tested the resilience of the eurozone and the German economy. Germany emerged as a relative haven of stability, playing a leading role in coordinating the European response. Germany's journey from the ruins of World War II to a global economic powerhouse is a testament to resilience. It's a story of innovation, determination, and rebuilding. From devastation, Germany rose again, embracing new ideas and prioritizing education and technological advancement. The German economic miracle was crafted through strategic policies and social responsibility. Germany transformed from a defeated nation into a symbol of economic prowess and stability. Germany's story holds valuable lessons for nations worldwide. It underscores the importance of unity, innovation, and a sustainable vision for the future. It reminds us that the human spirit, through collective action and a shared vision, can achieve extraordinary things.